Mr. Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight, because I bring good news. I've solved your problems. You need $340,000. I have in my hand a document that was provided to me because it's a public document of delinquent taxes going back to 1998. 25 pages. To get on this list, you have not, I had to cut it off, you have to have an outstanding tax balance in excess of $2,000. And you have not paid your taxes for at least 4 years. Some have not paid taxes since 1998. One gentleman has not paid a dime of taxes since 2000, owes $16,000. Another, 2004. On forward, $2,753. 2008 was a good year. One gentleman, $7,219. $6,346 by another. In 2007, another individual stopped paying taxes, and they now owe $21,000. Wow. In this 25 pages, there is over $400,000 of delinquent property tax. Now, I realize that you brag that we do 98% collection, but apparently there's a lot of money that's not being collected. And I realize that the tax department has told you that they've already collected in excess of $300,000. And I know that if this property is sold, you will get the taxes. Unfortunately for Alleghany County and its citizens, we need the money now. You're talking about 2% to get $340,000 out of a county where, according to the food closet, they've told the local churches they now have 10% of this county signed up for food assistance. The food closet estimates that 22% of the citizens of this county miss meals because they have no food. We have a 26% of this county population that is below the poverty level. According to Civitas last month, we have a 14.1% unemployment rate. How many citizens of this county leave the county for work? How many drive to North Wilkesboro, Mount Airy, Galax, yes, and even Winston-Salem every day, simply so that they will have work? Have you looked at the number of school children with backpacks on a Friday whenever they get on the bus? That's not book backpacks, gentlemen. They contain food to feed them over the weekend provided by this food closet. And you are talking about a tax increase? You are going to give $25,000 to the wellness center? I use the wellness center in the winter. I pay for my membership, and I will gladly pay more if that's what it takes to keep them open. But I do not want you to tax my fellow citizens who are selling their goods and their clothes on the streets at yard sales on the weekend to put food on the table. Ask the local gas stations how many citizens walk in and get $5 worth of gas because that's all they could afford to get to town, to get their necessities and get back. We're hurting. What are you going to do whenever we have to reevaluate the property in this county? It's going to be down 25 to 50%. Then what are you going to do? The cuts are coming. The cuts are coming. And since we're talking about cuts, you want the tax increase for the hospital. $250,000 for the hospital. And the first thing some of you are going to say is, yeah, he don't like the hospital. That hospital saved my life whenever I was 12 years old. Last July, I was within 5 minutes of expiring. I know the value of this hospital very well. I would not have lived to Elkin. But what has changed with the hospital? You had a forum, I call it a cheerleading squad. Very few questions were answered during that session. Everyone gave their testimony, and we all have our testimonies of the good work of this hospital. But where is it open? George White, as he testified or spoke in front of you, told you that there is a $3.1 million mortgage on that hospital, and they are only making the interest payments. I tell you, Mr. Commissioners, if you've got a corpse and you start pumping in blood, it's not going to change your results. You're just wasting blood. And it is coming from the citizens of this county. There is one thing that I do request of you. During the course of my 27 years in the Marine Corps, I had the opportunity of spending over 9 months in drug and alcohol awareness training. I would like to see this county institute an immediate random drug and alcohol testing policy, every teacher and every county employee. If I had my way, I would be like Florida. If you wanted to apply for welfare, drug test. We need it. National average, 10% of the population is addicted to either drugs or alcohol. You test before the job, then you hire, and then we don't test anymore. That is a potential there that you must be aware. It is real. Can you imagine a drug or alcohol addicted teacher and the impact that they could have on a child? That is good government. Right now, Alleghany is at the top of the heap. We have challenges. Because whenever you get to the top of the heap, it's unemployment and suicide. We have challenges. They can be met, but you cannot yoke and put more on the people, the taxpayers of this county. We don't have that much, but we do have our pride. I thank you for listening.
Sharon Stovall.